Hi, good evening. Well, the eye of the storm edges closer and closer to the Mozambican coastline as the day continues. In fact, we're expecting it to make landfall between about 10 and 11 this evening. Here it is on our satellite. This is current imagery at the moment. You'll see it's a very wide eye of the storm, and it's heading almost towards Beira. And there's a good chance it'll actually make landfall and move over Beira. We're expecting lots of rainfall with it. The rain has already started, strong winds with it as well. And of course that will intensify as it makes landfall into Thursday night as well as the early hours of Friday morning. Current wind speeds are 165 kilometers per hour. Now those sustained wind speeds means that they are at 165 kilometers per hour for 10 minutes at a time, with a gust of up to 185 kilometers per hour, and it continues to move in a westerly direction at 15 kilometers per hour. So here's a look at that track as it heads towards Beira into the early hours of Friday morning. You'll see that it even extends through to the eastern part of Zimbabwe, and we'll see the effects of that all the way through to the eastern part of Zimbabwe as we head towards the weekend. Here's our wind forecast. Hurricane strength winds expected as it makes landfall, and of course that also picks up the swell height. There's also a very strong storm surge with this particular system, and we could even see a storm surge of up to 6 meters in the Pungwe River mouth. Now rainfall is also a huge thing with this particular system. We're expecting 200 millimeters of rainfall within that shade of purple. We'll see 300 millimeters of rainfall in the border of Zimbabwe and Mozambique as we head towards the weekend. We're expecting torrential rainfall as well as storm strength winds with this particular system. It's going to be a very unpleasant day all along that Mozambican coastline, not just in Beira, of course, where it makes landfall. We're expecting a very wet and windy day, and of course that storm surge is going to create lots of flooding along that coastline. Temperatures still staying quite warm in Beira, a maximum temperature of 28 expected, and of course the river heights really starting to surge up as well. So we're definitely keeping an eye on this, and we're going to be seeing huge effects of this particular storm.
Yeah.
Back to you in the studio.
Frightening. Thank you, Candice.